Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson. This is my cat Tack, and today we're going to be reviewing my number one pick on my top 10 worst movies of all time, in my opinion. And the number one pick is Battlefield Earth, the worst movie ever made, in my opinion. I hated this movie, and probably I'm biased to hating it because I read the book, and it is my favorite novel of all time. Even out of all the Stephen King stuff that I've read, I love the book. I read the book like 4 times. I mean, it is awesome. And and I know a lot of people are going to say, L. Ron Hubbard, he's a kook in a basket case. At the time I read this book, I didn't know all that. I didn't care about all that. I just cared about good stories, science fiction stories. And my buddy, gave me this book and told me that it was his favorite book of all time. So I read that, and still to this day I haven't read anything that even comes close to it. But I haven't read a lot of novels, granted. But out of the novels I have read, Battlefield Earth is my favorite one. So when this movie comes out, it's the year 2000, brand new stuff. It's a new millennia, oh gosh, now they're doing my book. They're doing this movie for me. John Travolta was in it, so I was happy about that. I liked him, so I was super excited to see this movie. Went and saw it, and I almost left the theater. And I've done that a lot for these movies. If you've seen any of the rest of my reviews, some of these movies, when I saw them in the theater, I almost walked out because it was a travesty to what was written, and what I know. And normally that happens in movies, and I understand that, and I still tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. So I kept on going with it, hoping it would get better, but it doesn't. It doesn't get better. And it ends at basically page 500 of the book. When his buddy, Turtle's buddy, gets put into the prison, into the cage at Fort Knox. That's at like page 500. There's still a whole other slew of things that happens, that I couldn't believe that they didn't work into this movie. But anyway, I was upset about that. The way the Cyclos, which are the aliens of the movie, are portrayed in the book, they look nothing like they're described in the book. They would walk around, and you could tell that the boots that they were wearing had like heels on them like that big, so that when they walk like this, and they tried to look big and menacing because the Cyclos were big and menacing. They weren't standing with big shoes. That wasn't the reason why they were big. They were just big bodied, and tall. And they just totally screwed that up. And I mean, I was totally upset when I first saw the first Cyclo on film. I was boggled in my mind. I was like, did y'all not even read the book? I mean, this is somebody that's read the book, that probably didn't even... The guy who directed this movie probably didn't even read the book. He probably listened to somebody that read the book and said, yeah, looks like this. And then he took some notes down and then just said, okay, yeah, just make them this tall. With long heads. And oh my gosh, I was just so upset about it. And then, Johnny Goodboy Tyler, one of my favorite characters in novels, not comic books or anything like that, but as far as like novels go, he's my favorite, and I'm probably just saying that because that book's my favorite. But they totally destroyed him. The acting, every bit of the acting, even John Travolta, a high caliber actor in my opinion, this is his worst performance ever. I couldn't believe all the acting that was going on. And then they threw in this thing that, oh yeah, you can learn how to fly a jet, by riding in a simulator for like a day, and now you know how to fly a Harrier jet. That didn't make any sense to me, even though it's in the book. But they train for years on that thing. It's not like they just go in for a day. And I just wish they could have expanded it. The time frame of the movie could have been expanded to how it is in the movie. I mean, how it is in the book. But they didn't do that. They just made it seem like a week went by, and then everything's done. No, That's not how it happened in the book, you know. And I can understand condensing it down, you know, for a movie. There's my cat Kyra. But other than that, you know, I don't see why they couldn't. You know, other movies have done it successfully. Why couldn't you? You know, you just wanted to rush it, and I was just so upset this movie just felt rushed. The acting is horrible in it. Everything in the movie, the only thing that really looked like anything from the book were the ships that they flew, you know, because it's described when Johnny Goodboy, you know, sees one for the first time. He doesn't know anything about ships. He lives on the other side of the mountains, and the human race is gone. It's just his village left. You know, they've gone back to the Stone Age. You know, they don't even know. It's 1,000 years after the humans have been wiped out. You know, so it's been generations and generations of no technology. So they don't know anything about that. So when he comes upon the ship in the book, you know, it looks like an insect to him. You know, and that the way L. Ron Hubbard describes how stuff goes on in that book is so well done, in my opinion. It's just so described. I've got the whole vision. I could make this friggin' movie better. I wish I could. I wish I had the opportunity to. I hope that one day somebody remakes this movie, and they will, because it's an awesome book. So I hope that happens, because this movie is the worst movie of all time. I'm rambling on. I'm hitting about 7 minutes, so I'm going to cut it to there. So tell me, guys, what do you think about Battlefield Earth? Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments below. Have you read the book? Let me know, because I want to know who are fans of this book. I only have a couple scattered friends that I know that have read this book. But if you've read it, let me know in the comments below. Remember to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, guys, keep in mind, make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to make sure you remember the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bye.